How are you? Thank you for participating. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you guys having a good day. Right now it's 2:46 p.m. 2:46 p.m. right here in California, United States. We are on a Pacific time. In other words, from here to the other side, which is the Atlantic Ocean on the East Coast, is 3 hours different. New York, for instance, they are 3 hours ahead of us. So in New York, it's about 5:47 p.m. But right here in California, it is 2:47 p.m. So you guys know what's going on, all right? So we're Saturday here. I know for most of my followers, which is in Asia and other countries, some different continents, it's probably already early morning Sunday. So hello from Saturday, California, to Sunday to some other countries in Asia and different other continents, all right? I appreciate a million times for being out there. We're still here trying to reach our goal, which is 1,000 followers. So all you guys have to do is subscribe and share. Share and subscribe. I have a bunch of videos on the video archives. You can check it out, my videos, and I guess you can call kind of message. Most of the messages you're gonna see down there is from me. Guilty as charged. So, like I normally say, it's my opinion and my opinion only. Thank you, Jennifer Jones. I appreciate your participation. Right now it's 2:48 p.m. California. And I understand that for most of people who are following me from Asia, for instance, I know I have people from India, Pakistan, and some other places that it's already Sunday, early morning Sunday. And for that, I really appreciate, I thank you so much for, it's kind of a sacrifice, to watch all my BS talking here about whatever, and it's still right there. Well, thank you for stopping by. Kobe 24, I'm not sure, not good. I'm an old man, so well, I guess you're trying to be funny. Maybe you're gonna be down. Let's see. Another chance. Okay, that's goodbye, Colbert. Goodbye. Thank you so much. I appreciate the participation. Folks, let me tell you something. We are less than 100 followers to achieve our goals, which is, and don't worry about it. Triple A, Triple B, I remember you. You're still on the same alphabet letters, which is great. So anyway, I appreciate, don't worry about bad people. They are all over the place, can't be cured. I have something to talk about that's it's kind of concerning information. I was watching this week, I think it was beginning of this week or something, a documentary about Neanderthals, right? And that is at least 3 or 4 let's say bones, Neanderthal related bones, they found in 3 or 4 different locations, and it's dated supposedly, because I'm not 100% into those carbon dating thing, whatever. I'll take it, but it's like maybe not. But it's better science than fiction, right? So anyway, hello, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. But anyway, they found this one is a female actually. dated about 45,000 years ago. So I have an interesting thing to talk about that because I was wondering, it's like, wow. So they found this, and for whatever reason, science still don't understand what happened to the Neanderthal, right? Well, I'm not really teaching, I'm just sharing information. Teaching is really something, Uh, I'm sharing information with you guys. Just, getting old man trying to share something, and you do whatever you want to do with the information. Okay? What people call teaching, I call sharing information, because learning is a very inner process. It's very you, or very me, you know. Well, I think I have to agree with you. I have to agree, and I have to be very careful. So I don't want my pride to come and sit and thinking that I am good, because then it's a problem. It's a very difficult for someone kind of betterized. Respect yourself until the point where the pride is not approaching, because pride destroyed everything good that the human being does have. So, but I appreciate your words. Unfortunately, number one, I cannot pronounce your name. And my apologies. Okay? But I guess you can say that my philosophy is interesting. I have to agree with that, being very careful so I can keep away my pride. I don't want pride. I don't respect pride. And some people actually believe that there is such a thing as a good pride and bad pride. Folks, it's an illusion. There is no such a thing as a good pride. Oh, I'm very proud of yourself. And people think, hey, this is different. This is good. No, this is not good. And I've seen a lot of religious people using that phrase. Oh, I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of them. This is one of the things I'm going to have to interrupt the Neanderthal talking now, because now I got something here that I have to talk about it, okay? So, sorry for the folks that is still waiting on Neanderthal stories. Maybe I'll get back there. Just hold on. So, folks, we have to be very careful. Humbleness, it's not an easy thing, And I joke about that. You want to hear a joke? Some people say, yeah, are you humble? Yes, I am humble. And I think, oh, hold on. I think I'm having a problem with my microphone here. Hold on, folks. Hold on, okay? Sorry, folks. You guys are hearing me okay now? My apologies, okay? I'm glad I saw the red light flashing. My apologies. But anyway, it's better, you think? So anyway, I hope so. So anyway, there is no such a thing as a... okay, thank you. I appreciate. So loud and clear. Thank you. So anyway, there is no such a thing as a good pride. And I was telling this kind of a joke, right? And people say, well, people can ask, hey, are you a humble person? And then somebody can answer and say, yes, I am humble. Matter of fact, humbleness is my best virtue, my best quality. Actually, I'm so proud of my humbleness. So let me just take this guy down. My apologies. Anyway, so yes, there is no such a thing as a good pride. That's what I was trying to say. Okay. Uh, so yeah, just be careful on this pride thing. Okay, because pride is one of the elements that brings people down as a human, and the spirituality goes away throughout the window when the pride comes through the door, you know. So we have to be careful on that one. Okay. There comes the evil trying to tempt me. So anyway, yes, I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. I was kind of lost in my humbleness. So yeah, right. So what I was saying. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate, folks. Don't forget to share. We have to get to this thousand followers until as soon as possible. Actually, because this was a goal for the last month. My goal actually is trying to make this kind of conversation go to more people, and we have to talk about things the way it is, you know. But let me go to the Neanderthal talk, okay? Thank you, I appreciate. So anyway, 45,000 years ago, supposedly with those calculations that those anthropologists, scientists make, like I said, I have my questions about that, but I'm not a scientist, so it doesn't matter what I think. But anyway, one of the things that kind of concerned me about this information, you know, I found interesting that documentary. It was very, 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 you know, educating kind of information. But anyway, so last register found Neanderthal, you know, was 45,000 years ago existence, and they came to the conclusion that they exist on this planet for about 300,000 years, right? So, folks, do you think? Oh, look, my microphone is having problem again. I don't know. Let me see if I can fix this. Maybe it didn't charge, huh? All right, let's see. I'm keeping my eye on it. Thank you, I appreciate. Yeah, but my main microphone, it looks like it went off again. Yeah, I think the problem is on the microphone. You know, maybe not. Maybe don't stay. Maybe they don't stay on. But you guys are saying that it's good, huh? And I'm destroying my live presentation. Okay. Well, if it goes off, it went off again. So, but you guys are saying that it's okay. So anyway, I'm not gonna fight this anymore. But it's still flashing over there. Let's see. Okay. So my question, now the sound is gone. Okay. It's back again. You know what? Forget it, right? So anyway, let's You guys are funny. I think my microphone is having problems. Maybe because they are too cheap, huh? I don't know. Let's see if they're gonna stay on. No, they're not on. Are they on? Not sure. Let me know if it went down, okay? 'Cause if it went down, I'm gonna have to change for my my other one here. I don't know. Okay, let me know if it's off. Deal? So anyway, so my concern is this: I don't think that us as a Homo sapiens, humans, is gonna live that long. Okay, so the way I see with all these nuclear weapons, all this destruction and greed and hunger for power and money and every bad stuff out there, I don't think we're gonna live that much. And what kind of make me feel like crazy is that what's going on? You know, why we are as intelligent humans, why we have so many nuclear weapons, why we have so many problems, human-related problems, poverty, hunger, destruction, you know, and I don't know, I don't think Neanderthal had that problem. I am not a Neanderthal. And you know, another curious thing about it, they found out, listen to this, and this is tricky, okay? On those last studies they did on those Neanderthals and connect to some humans' DNA, they found some tiny evidence on the human DNA that are related back to those 45,000 years ago Neanderthals. And they didn't have that before. And that changed a whole lot of things. Oh, this guy is trying to be funny. Let's see how far he can go. So now they're gonna have to rethink the whole thing about differences between Neanderthals and Homo sapiens, right? So I don't know. The way they're trying to say is that all of us, or at least most of us, have some sort of link, DNA kind of link to Neanderthals. And this is something pretty much new about our existence. So I'm just a curious person. I'm a Mr. Nobody on this universe, and that's about it, you know. But folks, the main point here on this conversation about Neanderthals and humans, the fact that they lived 300,000 years, they ceased to exist 45,000 years ago, is that according to what we know, Homo sapiens live way less than that, and we are heading towards a direction that we can be extinct very soon. So if you ask me what we can do about it, I would say I have no idea. I'm not gonna make a speech here about doing good stuff, you know, pray, be this, be that, because I don't think this is gonna solve, because those who are running the show which is pretty much a dozen of nations. Folks, this is the bad news. People who are running this planet are no more than 12 nations, mainly 7. And they are intelligent. Oh my goodness. Supposedly they are intelligent. They have a high education, university schools, PhDs. I'm talking about the power of this planet, okay? And guess what? Are you ready for this? They are the ones who possess the most nuclear weapons on this planet. That includes, but not limited to, if you want to write it down, right here where I'm at, United States, Germany, France, United Kingdom. What else? I'm not going to go to Asia right now. I'm not going to go to Middle East, which is Israel. So that's the thing. If they are the wealthy nations, the most powerful nations, they're also the ones who possess nuclear weapons. So, yeah, I mentioned United Kingdom, you know. So, if they have the power and the information about this whole thing that I was talking about and much more, why nothing was done yet to fix this situation? Because we are right on the edge of a completely destruction. I've seen those crazy talks right now. And not mention, I want to talk about something. United Nations had the, man, is the most unpowerful nation, organization on this planet. They have all these nations, the Security Council, and etc., 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 and they do absolutely nothing about it. They do a speech, a lot of interesting speech. I've been watching United Nations. I think I detect one of the problems why. In my opinion, in order for United Nations work or be more productive, they need to move out of the United States. You know, they have to go to someplace else, perhaps in Africa or Asia. I don't know. But they need to leave United States as soon as possible, because United Nations is absolutely controlled by the Security Council, which the people who have voice over there, they are not interested in really fixing problems. They are not interested in do that. Palestine of Israel, I guess I don't have to answer that. It's better if you ask humanity or stupidity. Then we can talk about it. I don't think the problem is between Palestine and Israel. I'm just talking about the problem right here. The problem is the Security Council, is the United Nations, is the wealthy nations. Remember, all this situation in the Middle East was produced, better saying, by wealthy nations. And look at the Arab countries. What a shame, man. They are powerless. They can't do anything about it. If they can, they're too afraid of doing. And if you ask me, If I can't tell them what to do, I can't. You can't just grab some tanks or airplane and say, you know what, we're gonna do this. I don't think I don't think it's gonna solve that. It's gonna increase the problem. It's gonna make it worse. Thank you folks for stopping by. Thank you. Well, BRICS is interesting organization, form of bloc. I kind of found interesting. Brazil is there, as you can see the flag back there. So BRICS could be the balance of power that this planet need, because what really interest is it's money and power. It's a land grabbing movement that we're having right now, right? China wants Taiwan. Those wealthy nations, they want the biggest part of the Middle East. You guys think this is between Israel and Palestine? Think again. Thank you. Folks, listen to this. This fight on the Middle East is not between Palestine and Israel. Okay? This is between wealthy nations and the rest of the world. Let me just say something. Don't you find kind of odd not seeing Russia and China really doing something about it? Don't you think it's kind of weird? Yes, it is. This is not, folks, I'm sorry to say that, but this is not about Palestine. This is not about Israel. This is about the Zionist movement against other movement. Let's be fair. Let's be fair, okay? And when I say that religion is behind it, you guys think that I'm just another anti-religion guy. I challenge you to look through history. I say this over and over again. So, but it's a good start. BRICS movement, it's a good start. It's not because they're good. It's because the nature of human being. Folks, I have bad news. Remember, I start talking about Neanderthals, right? Remember? And the bad news about human beings is that we want to think that we are good, and some of us want to think that we are not bad. But there is a few groups, nature kind of group on the human society. We as a humans, you think about this. We as a humans, we are potentially good. We're not good. Because every single one of us have bad inside of us. Inside of us, we're bad. We are all bad inside of us. But we can be potentially good. We are potentially bad. We are potentially horrible and potentially terrible. You see? We only have these four groups. Now, the potentially good is people that recognize that we have this evil side on us sometimes. Vengeance, for instance. Vengeance is one of the worst things to fight against. And because we recognize the bad inside of us, we do the best we can to become good. This is a good thing. But we have the bad ones, the worst ones, the horrible ones, the terrible ones. And this is what we are really fighting against. Oh, thank you for the 7 thumbs up. It was not much. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I heard someone saying some years ago when I was still a religious guy, person, that the human beings are fundamentally good. I disagree. I personally disagree, and this is my opinion. Remember the title of my live presentation. I think we're fundamentally bad. What they call potentially worse, horrible and terrible. So sin, it's another topic. You know, sin is another topic, but interesting topic. So because of this that we're talking about now, we are in constantly trouble and problems. Because when you're sitting and doing nothing, probably our brain is thinking about evil. So, I don't know. On my positive side, it's saying, my positive side is saying that we are hopeless. Nature. My negative side is saying something horrible is going to happen. Oh man, anyway, I don't know. But I don't see. Well, I was talking about this. I think it was on a TikTok. I was on a TikTok before coming over here. So 100 years ago, okay, 100 years ago, more or less, maybe a little bit more than 100 years, the average life expectancy was on the 35, 40 years top. Average life expectancy. 100 years later, we are doing way better. Science probably was the reason why, not humanity, because we were killing way more in the last 100 years than we had killed before that, in centuries. But health-wise, life expectancy health-wise, more than double. So 60, 65 average. Science is to be thankful for. But at the same time, we are killing more. We have way more nuclear weapons, and we are, manufacturing way more war, airplanes, tanks, ammunition, missiles. Should I continue? Why do you want so much weapons when those weapons and ammunition are manufactured to kill humans? Is this as an act of insanity or intelligence? People like to think, science like to thank a lot Albert Einstein. And I have my reservation on that. Remember, he is at least the father or very close to that of the nuclear weapon. And we're not going to talk about nationality here. So those people, the same science that at one side is finding cure for some disease and illness and treatment. By the way, they don't want to find cure for cancer. For whatever laboratory and pharmacy industry reasons, I don't have to talk about this now, do I? David Duke, thank you. I appreciate your participation. So, folks, there. Their super PhD, Nobel Prize in many things. You want to hear a crazy thing about Yasser Arafat, the POL leader? He received the Nobel Prize back on the 90s, right? I think so. And some years later, for whatever reason, he got killed. They said it was some sort of illness, disease, whatever. Hero today, martyr tomorrow. So that's why I don't want to be a hero. Which, by the way, speaking of hero, I despised. I don't want to say hate because I don't like the word hate. But I do not like at all. I do not believe, I don't believe in believing, I told you, but if I could use the word believe, I would say I do not believe in heroes. That's a fomentation of pride. When you do something real good, you're doing what was expected from humanity. Stay away from pride. The title, the hero title, is just to feed pride. Don't like it. So anyway, this is my my opinion on these topics. Tomorrow we're gonna be here back. I hope you guys subscribe. I hope you guys participate my live presentation. I hope you guys share this. I normally recommend people to share my channel to those that you know, and most to those who you don't like. So anyway, I hope you guys share. I hope you guys participate, and I hope you guys the best wishes. I wish you guys. I think you could be very, very successful in life, if we can say, if you start to learn those topics, those elements of this conversation that we had today, because there is a lot of information. I don't want to say truth, because truth is very dogmatic, and I don't believe in dogmas, I don't believe in doctrines, but I think there is a lot of things that we talk about today that is something to think about, to analyze, and be kind of concerned, because remember I mentioned in the beginning, the Neanderthals, they lived supposedly, I repeat supposedly, for about 300,000 years. And I can't see humans living not even 10% of that. Not even that. Matter of fact, my positive side is saying that we'll be lucky if we live the next 10, 20 years. And technology is to blame, probably. I'm not against technology. Actually, I like technology a lot. but not all the technology is going to be beneficiaries for human society. Human society. Human society. So I think a human society is on a very edge of non-existence. That's how I see it, probably. But the good news is I'm not an expert in anything. I'm just curious, and I read a lot, and I watch a lot of stuff going on. And hey, by the way, speaking about crazy and stuff, are you guys watching and following that object that is approaching our solar system, supposed to be due on November or something? Some scientists, one is from Harvard, are saying that that is a very good indication or accurate indication that it's not a natural one, not a natural body like comets and others, because of different reasons. One is that it's changing speed. So intelligence does that. That's what they are assuming. Well, but don't be too alarming, because we don't know. And if something bad happened to this planet, I'll make sure to do a live presentation before that. But it's something to watch, you know. But you know, on these days, and those very political days here in the United States and other nations, they do everything to change direction on the attention of human society, right? So I'm not saying that it is or it is not, but we live in times that we cannot trust anybody, including myself, unfortunately. Trust is a commodity that is very, very expensive, and it's not easy to find. Probably one of the most expensive commodity in life is trust. No, I don't believe in fear, really. I don't believe in fear. Folks, this is how I see this planet. People like to talk about present, future, past, time. I don't believe in any of this. This is all invented by humanity. Past, present, and future, and time. Time does not exist in space, in our universe, which we don't know our universe. By the way, if you see all those explanation out there about the universe, forget it. No, I'll take that back. You can take that information, but remember, this information can change in the process, right? But there is some fact, I think, about time. Time does not exist. Time does not exist. So we're gonna come and we're gonna go. When it comes to spiritual life, everything out there is theory. We do not know anything about. A former religious, very religious person is talking here. Everything is barely possibility. A spiritual life is a possibility. God, it's a very confusing thing. Folks, God is very confusing thing. I can tell you this with my own understanding as a former religious leader. Let me say this. The gods that you see out, no, we don't see, that they are talking about out there is the most unlikely God to be existed. I heard about a triple A, triple B. Yes, I did hear about it. Well, yes, it is. I'm going to tell you something, Triple A, Triple B. Let me say this. It's the only thing that I can say about time right now is that worrying about time is it's useless. There is no use for worrying about time. Now we can worry about us as a human being. You don't even worry much about others. But if every single one start worrying about themselves, I can guarantee you that in a very sped up way, this planet will be way better. Because everything, at least most of everything out there, has an agenda. And this is one of the most stupid thing that we human beings practice all the time, which we call agenda. Let's do the best we can in our sphere around us. To yourself. If you wake up tomorrow, good. If you don't, only you will know why, if you would know why. Perpetuation is a possibility. I'm going to tell you why, okay? People like to measure, humans again, like to measure the age of this planet. You heard about that. Oh, the Earth has 3 billion years. Oh, the 4 billion years, right? Guess what? I think it's all wrong. You know why? Because this planet was formed by elements that did exist before. Existence didn't start a few billions of years ago. So when you look at element like a rock, salt, whatever, minerals, because they use a lot of minerals to measure time, right? Remember, supposedly salt water came out of comets, which existed before. I'm not going to drive you guys crazy right now, because I am crazy. But don't tell everybody, okay? Well, I use the term, okay, triple A, triple B. You know, I think I understand a few things about Genesis. That old book back there, you see the old ones, they're both there. Those are Bibles and religious book right there. So anyway, the Genesis, they have some versions. Remember, it's everything about how they translate this whole thing. Words translated from Hebrew, from Aramaic, and other, you know, language, primitive language, I should say. The word creation was in many other books used as organized. Got it? Organized. Organized. So when you organize, you take one element, another element that existed, and do something about it. This is exactly what happened to this planet. So that's why with our measurement systems we created, we invented, which poorly invented, in my opinion, like to say, like the carbon dating, whatever they want to call that thing, we take it. Hey, what are we going to do? It doesn't matter to me. Right? When I say it's 3:36 p.m. right now in California, 3:36 p.m. is Saturday, according to a human being created time matters, right? But it doesn't matter. Folks, doesn't matter. What matters is day and night it's going on, which is a good news, right? Look, I normally say this, wherever you are right now, for instance, most of my followers are in Asia. It's not amazing? In some other continents. I don't have much followers here in the United States. Either Brazil. Just don't know why. I think they don't like me. Anyway, what I was saying? Oh, I remember. For you guys, it's already Monday, which is a good news for me. That means because you're hours ahead of me, there is a huge chance that I'm gonna have tomorrow. Not yet for you guys, because I don't think you have anybody that is ahead of you guys. But you can say that somebody is living on the yesterday, and the somebody is myself. So, yes, amazingly so. So, what I'm saying is, we don't really have to worry much about timing or time, but we have to worry about right now when it comes to do something good. Now, I'm sharing with you guys certain information, like, folks, do not rely on politicians. Do not put your lives on the politicians and religious leaders' hands. This is very simple principles. Why? Because you need to understand that you have to own your own life. Do not count on them, because they have their own agenda, and you should have yours. The only thing that I'm hoping is that your agenda are a little bit concerned about others. You see, that's all. If your agenda does not is not including, destroying other people, racism, although I think we are all racist, unfortunately. And racism is not about color. It's way more than that. We can talk about some other time. Maybe tomorrow. So I'm gonna let you know if something happens in 6 hours ahead. Triple B, I appreciate, Yeah, it's kind of crazy because listen to this. The tsunami that we had that happened in Russia, the 8.8 or something tsunami in coast of Russia, right? It happened a day after of here in California. But we received some waves a day after of your time. Oh man. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this crazy conversation, and I recommend you guys, what I'm gonna recommend, I'm just gonna say, guys, do your best, be the best you can, human rightly, and let's do something good for everybody, So let's not waste time with stupid things and whatever. I'm just saying that I have a lot to learn. Well, I learned a lot. My difficulty is it's practicing what I've learned. My weakness. as a human. It's horrible. Thank you so much for your presence. Thank you for participating. Please subscribe, like, share, and do our best. Okay? My goal, our goal is to get to 1,000 followers as soon as possible. Why? Because I want to make this platform something that people will appreciate. And perhaps one day we can all together have an organization, if we can call that. I have some title in my mind, and you can have yours too, which is the gospel of no religion. We can talk about the good teachings of the old people on the past, find the accurate translations, because right now translating scriptures is a big mess. Thank you. I appreciate for Bound Forever. Thank you. I appreciate. So anyway, once we can make this a group that we can talk about every week, at least twice a week, it would be great. We can talk about science, which you don't know anything about it, and things like that, you know. But I don't want to talk about doctrines, because this is part of the problem we're having right now. Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate. You know, people ask me what I am, what I do, you know. I'll let you guys figure out, because I don't want this to get in the way of this very productive conversation, because I think this is a very productive conversation. What I am, what I do doesn't matter much. But if you want to learn a little bit more about me, I recommend you, if you want, go to Instagram, Carlos Todd, Carlos Todd 63. Carlos Todd 63. They have my profile. My personal, professional life, I normally talk about it there. You know? And this is like almost, you can call kind of a mission. This, what we are doing right now. You know, it's a very personal, and it's a very philosophical and spiritual, what I'm doing right now. Way distant, in an almost different galaxy from political views and religion. I am light years apart from political views. And speaking of political views, let me say something. I do not believe in politicians. I am not pro-right, pro-left, pro-center. I do not believe in the institution called political institutions, neither religious institutions. Okay? So this is who I am. If you don't like it, I understand. And guess what? You're not alone. There is a lot of people out there who does not like me. I myself having problem and you know, kind of living with myself on a daily basis. So don't worry about it. I'm not gonna get offended. Now, of course, please be have a proper manners and respect to everybody, religious or non-religious people. Well, political people, you know, I'll keep my mouth shut. But anyway, just you know, let's just do our best, and let's meet again tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow I'm gonna be here. You know what time? If you know, you tell me, because I don't know. But I'll be back here tomorrow, and probably I'm gonna stop by the TikTok too. All right? So have a great day. Have a pleasant day. Take care of yourself. See you.